Hey guys, how's it going? This is Captain Cairo. Today I'm going to do something a little different. I do have a map pulled up over here on my left screen. So if I'm doing one of these motions, it's because I'm trying to give you guys like accurate information here. I am not good when people have callouts on the maps, and half the time I don't know what they're referring to. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to try and run through the map and explain everything to you guys from what I know. Okay. So I've got, first off, I got split, right? No. Is this split? This is the thing. This is my biggest thing. Is this split? Is this split? Yeah, it's split. Okay. So, my thing is, I don't even know the maps, but a good thing to remember on the maps are, like which map you get, right? So split is the one with the ropes. I don't really have a way to remember that. Except for split is the one with the ropes, right? So maybe you could think like the ropes split the map. I don't know. But simple call out right here. Defender spawn. People say T spawn or CT spawn. That's for CSGO counter terrorists or terrorists. I don't know which ones. I don't know if defenders would technically be terrorists or counter terrorists. So that's the another thing that I get caught up in all the time. But I'm just gonna kind of run through. We're gonna start on B side. Okay. So no one really ever says this back side. They usually just kind of say defender spawn from what I've heard. But this one's gonna be B alley. You can see it on the bottom left. This is B site. They're on B. They're on B. This is back B right here, right? And then you've got up there is B rafters. So one thing I have a bad thing doing. Let me turn this down. It's pretty loud. Is if they are here, right? They call this heaven usually, right? B heaven. But if they are here, I also call it B heaven. Now the hard part, if you call this all B heaven, if somebody is coming out to look, they've got to scan from here all the way to here to call it B heaven. So smart thing to do is rafters, heaven, B heaven, rafters, B heaven, rafters. Okay. And then that's pretty much it for that. I don't have my passive thing turned on. I have to jump on my scroll wheel. This one's called B main. So simple enough where the orb is at. You can say B orb, B main, B orb. This one is covered by the map for me. 1 second. B lobby. I don't know. I don't know if you really. This is kind of weird calling it B lobby, and of course it's on the bottom left of the map. But then of course you got your attacker spawn. You could call it A spawn and then B spawn. I think that'd be better than CTC spawn just because it makes more sense. A is an attacking, B is on D is on defending, so AD. This one's B link. So I don't really know a good way to really remember this as B link. I would just call it like B mid. Some people can say B mid right. B link. B link is a little weird, especially somebody who doesn't know what it's referring to as. So what do they have right here? Ramen. That's a better call right here. B ramen. B ramen right here. They're on B ramen. Sewers. Easy peasy. B sewers. Or A sewers. I mean. So call it just sewers. Coming from sewers. If you're up here on this like little protective side. So mid. Pretty simple on mid. I'd call this one like mid stairs. This is mid mail is what it's called in here because there's a little mailbox. So I still call it mid stairs just because it's an easier remembrance. There's no stairs on this side. This one I call it like mid ropes. It says it's vent. I still call it mid ropes just because again ropes are easier to remember than vents. So then you're back to heaven. And I always call it haven. I don't know why, but I do. This one's actually called B stairs. So, but and again, I would just try and like dumb it down a little bit, right? So this is D spawn, B alley, B stairs, B heaven. That's what it's supposed to be called right here. But I mean you can say B spawn stairs, you know, and then mid stairs, B stairs, mid stairs, B stairs, mid stairs, B alley, or I would just call it back of B. But this is B back, so I wouldn't call it back of B. It needs to be a different term for the back of B. Let's go see what we got over here. I really need to like put the passive on here. Yeah, I don't know. There's not like really anything like overly intriguing over here except for whatever the hell this thing's called. That's pretty cool. And posters. So street cone. Call it street cone. But yeah, no, backup B is pretty fun. And so then you come over here. Cool pro tip, if you didn't know this, if you're shifting, you go on this. It silences your little zzz. So yeah, there's that. So back to here. So you got, I would call B stairs. You can call it B mail or mid mail. It's to call it B stairs because that's where you're heading towards on those stairs. Ramen, I think, is the easiest thing for this one right here. And then this one, Vince, I think is okay. I would still call it mid ropes, coming from mid ropes or going towards mid ropes. Just because you want to know exactly like where they're coming from or going to. This would be a smarter call for vent right here, right? So this is mid vent supposedly, and then this is mid vent. So I would just call this mid ropes and then mid vent because this is a very unique little area for almost no reason. And then you're on your A side. Now this is A tower, A heaven. They've got it. What do they got on here in the map? They've got A rafters is right here. I would have rafters like stick to right here if they're like in this spot right there, but keep this heaven right here. That way your teammates not, if you're over here, right, and you're looking and you're about to peek, if you say heaven but they're there, most people are gonna call it this boom boom, like they're gonna be up here somewhere. But if you say rafters, they'll know they're not gonna be over there. Oh, my Siri went off. Put that on silent. Oops, I apologize about that. I would just, rafters, heaven, rafters, heaven. Under rafters, people do hide right there quite often. And then you can just come up with a little name right here, like bushes. But if anybody's actually right here, it's kind of way out in the open. Behind the sign is a nice little thing right here. If they plant the bomb here or here, just a site, but behind the sign. A corner would be a smart call for this one, just because when they're on the site, you don't want to say right, left, or whatever. Some people will get very confused. Some people don't even know right from left. I don't know how that works, but it does. And then I would call this hallway, a hallway. And then you've got, this one is called A screens. You got the screens right here. What do they call it on here? Elbow? Is that what this is? Elbow? Oh, this is elbow. Oh, I guess a lot of people use elbow. It's a lot easier, right? Elbow. Yeah, here elbow. Let's see what else we got going on. This I would say, because like right here you got stairs, it's still called A screens, and then it goes into the spawns. I would say they're heading towards screens, but I don't know. Goldie K. So that's pretty much that from the spawn side. Now if you're on the attacker side, this one's called ramps. This one's pretty easy because there's ramps here, so you'll know they're on here in ramps. Upper left ramps, box ramps, whatever. This one's a main, just a point, a orb, something like that, just because it's where the orb's at. Some people hide here, peculiarly enough. And then this is like it's called a lobby. What do they call it on here? A lobby? I don't know. It's kind of whack. Coffee shop? The Crown? I don't know. Coffee shop? Going coffee? This is cool. Going coffee. Let's go coffee side or A side. I mean, simple enough. Most people kind of get the gist of it, but I mean, they have markers on here that is better names and more memorable than the other stuff. Some of these things just kind of get really confusing. A main. This whole thing is A main right here. That's a lot of A main. They could be A main here. They could be here, there. Like that doesn't do much for help. If you say they're going through A main, maybe. But if you say coffee, this little area right here, I would call coffee because it looks like how far the shop goes down, right? So that's like all coffee right there. It'd be cool if you can go in here. If you can. Of course, you got sewers again. Got your ropes. It's as simple as that. Sewers has a very unique sound effect. So, sewers is still sewers. It's got A right there, going into A main. And then yeah, of course you get your spawn, but it would just they're coming from attacker side spawn, going A side. So A spawn, A side. As simple as that. No one ever really uses this, which always kind of blows my mind, because I feel like if you just waited right here, you could like really get somebody. But and then you got A spawn. I won't like go the whole CT, C spawn, or T spawn, or whatever. I feel like that's a different game and it should stay to a different game. A lot of people want to say that this game is very different, so let's let's make it different. Not just use the same thing. Cool, you can't go up there. All right, well, I guess let's go into the next map. I think I covered just about everything. So yeah, let's go into the next map. Okay, so we're in bind. Now, it's always so hard for me to remember which one it was. So split, the map split with ropes, right? But with bind, I always thought this was a cool little way to remember it, right? So if you're stuck in a bind, take the teleporter. You see? Stuck in a bind, take the telly. So you remember, it's got teleporters. Simple as that. Split, it's got ropes. Split the ropes. And this one's got a teleporter. You're stuck in a bind. And the last one's haven. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so spawns on here. You got the despawn. Okay. For defender spawn, let's go A side first. So what do they got this one labeled as? They got this one as tower or heaven. So easy peasy, heaven. You can say they're ramps going towards heaven, ramps coming from heaven. This little spot right here. What do they call this one? I know there's a unique one for this one. Event. This one makes sense. It's got vents on it and everything. Excuse me. The hard part is when you are like out here in the open. Like there's no callouts for like right here. If they're like tucked in the corner, it's not heaven. It's not really anything over here either. So I don't know. Call it tucked in the corner. So you can say they're if they're right here, loading dock, which I don't really know why anybody would have had right here because it's kind of open. But boom. So this one they call U-Haul. Right here, right? Yep, U-Haul. Oh, I get it. It's shaped like a U. U-Haul. I always thought it had to do with the truck. Like this is a U-Haul, like towing this package. U-Haul being towed by the package. Anyways, moving forward, they got this one as, what do they call this? This is lamps. That's what they call it here, right? It's called pillar. Just behind pillar. Lamps. Why is it called? Oh, they call it lamps because of lamps. All right. Well, U-Haul is a little cooler in my opinion, but it's a little more thought out. So yeah, I mean this is pillar. They're over there by U-Haul, coming from U-Haul. But the hard part is, if you call coming from U-Haul, I feel like that has to be right here. Like it has to be in U-Haul. If they're coming from right here, like you've got to say pillar, right? Because there's a little pillar right here. That's the whole point of this thing right here. There's two types of boxes that Jet can usually hide on or raise. So I would just say double boxes, you know, on top of double boxes. This is a little spot. It's called Cubby. Oh, this one has its own little name. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Cubby. Simple. A lot of these names that are on this map over here are like also on this, but I guess more common used ones are used on here. This one doesn't have one. I would call this pipes because of this right here. I don't think there's another one on here called pipes. So yeah, I would probably call this pipes, you know, double or on top of pipes. I know these aren't pipes, but it's right next to the pipes. So where are they at? They're on top of pipes. You got to get the pipes to get up here anyways. This one's baths or showers, same thing, which it doesn't even really look like a shower. That's the crazy thing. Like, where does the water come from? You know, it makes sense for it to be called a bath, but the whole thing would have to be filled up. There's like nothing to block the water unless these things raise up. But showers works just because everybody knows it as that, and you got, you know, little drains where you take a shower. Orbs there, so you know showers are where the orbs at. This one I would just stick with the telly, right? So this is what? This is B telly. Oh, it comes from B, but this is A side, so A side telly. Coming from A side telly. Teleporter telly. If they're usually back here, I very rarely have ever seen anybody in here, but this looks like makes sense to be called tunnel. Just a little, I know it's a little cave, but it's also like a little tunnel. And then of course you just got A spawn, got your bomb on A spawn. Let's move forward this way and let's swing back in here real quick. This doesn't have a little cubby name, but this would be kind of cool. A spawn cubby, maybe. I don't know. I probably wouldn't do that. It'd be confusing as hell. So right here, we're back, double boxes. Right here it says a lobby. Some people hide up here, which is kind of unique. Not really, but sometimes, you know, it's a rare spot to be hiding at that I've seen so far playing the game. I would bricks. Just call it bricks. Where are they at? They're on top of bricks. Coming from Ace, or coming from what? Yeah, A spawn as attackers. So bricks coming from A spawn. Simple enough. Mid. People are usually heading towards mid. Does that show up? No, it doesn't show up. This is easy peasy mid. Mid going towards B. Mid going towards A. Or yeah, A, B. So yeah, just mid. Simple enough. This whole thing called mid. If you're in here, you can try and spice it up. Call it spice. They're going towards spice. I don't even know if that's actually spice, but that would make sense. And then this is also spice, but I would call this double doors. As simple as that. They're in the double doors. They're on the spices. You know, that way they know which side mid if you saw them, if you knew, you know, where they were at. Spice, double doors, mid. This doesn't really have something that it's called, does it? Be short, right? That's what it's called. Be short. That's it. I don't know. Water sounds nice. This big old water thing. Refer to what you see, you know? They're on water. This one, what does this say? It says kitten. Let's just call it that. Yeah, they're on kitten. They're coming from kitten. So, water, kitten, water, kitten. That makes sense. Obviously, you know the teleporter. People can hear the teleporter and just, you know, mid-telly. Because it's like almost dead middle of the map. People know this is hookah. You've got to say window, differences between window and hookah. Because the hookah's over here, window's over here. So, I mean, a lot of people just know this as hookah anyways. You can just call the whole thing hookah, but I would just throw in like hookah window or back of hookah. That way you can keep it, you know, a distinct difference. You got your B site. What is this? Does it even have a name? Does this have a name on here either? No, it doesn't. So you got B cubby right here too. So you can just call it cubby. So you got a cubby on both sides. You got A cubby, B cubby. Radiant holding. I don't know. The other one's called tunnels. This one would be, I don't know. Crate, metal crate. That's pretty much what it looks like. The metal crate. Kingdom. That's a cool name. Why do they call it that? They call it B Hall. Why don't you call it Kingdom? That's so much cooler. B Long. Simple enough. B Long. And then this one says it's B Garden. I mean, that makes sense. Like garden, B Long. So if they're coming down B Long from kitten, you see what I'm saying? And they're, you know, going from B Long towards water, going to B Long towards, you know, backside, going to A spawn. Yeah, it's simple enough. I mean, B Long, telly, get your point there. And then right here is the spot where a lot of people like to hide. Right here. So I don't think there's like a super solid name for that, but we'll keep it pretty bland there. B elbow. Elbow makes sense on this one. Again, it's another elbow. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then in here, I feel like this, because this is so much longer, you know? I don't know. Kingdom sounds so much cooler. B Hall, but I mean, Kingdom still sounds so much cooler, you know? I would call this B Hall, and then I would say they're coming to B Kingdom. Let's call it that, yeah. B Kingdom. I feel like that's a lot cooler. There's a lot of names. I mean, I don't feel like anybody else is going to use these, but I'm just kind of going over the map myself. I think it's a lot more unique if you have very unique names for different things, and you can like really place things to different things, and that circles us back around to the despawn, right? Simple enough. So I can't remember everything I said. Let's see. Heaven. You got your cubby. Got your showers. My favorite right here. Water. Be short, but you got water because this can also be short. You see what I'm saying? Here. There's not nothing right there. So that's kitten, water, spice, double doors right here. Double doors, short, brick, right? They're at the brick. There's so much right here. Here. You know, you want to really give accurate call outs. They're on the brick. You got your telly, got your suicide squares. I don't know if I get that one a name or not, but. That one's just, I mean, it's as simple as between teleporter and showers. So like right there in the little spot between teleporter and showers. Sometimes you gotta be fast, but let's go to the next map. Yeah, shall we? Let's do it. Okay, now we're in heaven, or haven, sorry, because there's heaven and there's haven, which is very jarring in my personal opinion. The blades. Blades are the coolest part, I think. So the thing you can remember about heaven is there is a C, right? Haven, not heaven, haven. There is a C spot. So far Haven's the only one with C. Each map has a unique thing. Split the ropes. Split the ropes. Bind. If you're stuck in a bind, you take a teleporter. In Haven, it's the last one. It's gotta have a C because it's the only one that doesn't have a C. So remember that if you're trying to pick your hero or whatever. I'm gonna look at the map over here and see what they've got. They call this plat. You know, makes sense. Platform. Plat up here. Corner platform, because usually people peek right here, and then bloop, 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 bloop. If they're really skilled, and they get all the kills like that, but I'm not that skilled, so. Double boxes here. They're hiding behind double boxes. Platform behind spawn. Of course, you got your defender spawn, got your attacker spawn. C long, because this whole thing is like super long. Does this have a lane?
30 seconds left.
Cubby. Oh, I need to pause the timer. Oops. Boom. Call it cubby. So, I mean, I would just, some people remember cubby, some people don't, but cubby C long in a little cubby. Makes sense. Dragon. This is so much more cooler, you know? Dragon. There's a dragon there. Why would you not name something a dragon? I've got 2 dragons on my arm. Thank you, Overwatch. Excuse me. So yeah, they're going towards C long, but you can say, you know, they're hiding in dragon. This is, I would, you know, visualize C long. It's a long shot, but if they're just hiding in here, I would call this area like they're hiding in C long. This is C lobby. There's so many spots like in here people can hide, like here or whatever. Double doors, boxes on C. I don't know. Check boxes C. Check boxes dragon. That'd be smarter. Yeah, boxes dragon. And then double doors dragon. You get double boxes here. Someone's gonna be hiding here. So keep your double boxes simple and clean. You got your attacker spawn. So A spawn. A spawn, D spawn, A spawn, D spawn, A spawn, D spawn. Makes so much more sense. And here I would call this stairs just because this is stairs right here. So they're B stairs or mid stairs. Spawn side. Mid stairs spawn side. You got your little hay bales. Is that what they call that? Do they have a name for this one? Anything right here? People hide right here too. I'd still call it like hay bales, you know. They're on the haystack. Haystack, hay bales, haystack. I don't know if that's actually what a hay bale looks like. Mid doors. That could also be double doors, but this is probably smart for double doors. Ignore the last double doors. That's probably smart. It's not double doors. What do they call this one? They call it garage. Garage window. Garage window and then garage hallway. You know, pretty simple. We're back towards C, so we're gonna loop around. We're just gonna kind of like zigzag through everything. This is what I call this elbow. C link, but this is so much, you know. It could be, this is D spawn. This is C link. So I don't know. C side. And then you get your whole site in here, right? These people are up here. So mid top, box top. That's what I'd call, you know, mid top, box top. They're hiding back spawn or back B. Back B, yeah, B back. Simple enough. And then some people hide right here. So top box, top mid, top B, top box, top B, and then corner B. So that way people can know. Corner B, box B, top B, and then the rest of this is just kind of like good luck, you know? Right here, and they might be here, they might be there, but it being out in the open like that's just usually not close. And even if they're like right here, right? I would still say, you know, bottom B boxes, bottom B box, bottom B box. And then let's loop around towards the A. Let's call this one A link. That's what it says right there on the map. That's what it says over here as well. That's just kind of whack though, you know? I don't know, I feel like there should be some better names for this. Was there anything like unique here? I don't know. Right side B. I don't know. Light B. B light. Anything like unique here? I don't know. I don't see anything. Nothing like crazy. I think that looks pretty cool. Then you got your, I would call this A stairs. Then you got your A heaven. Right here, right? Let me get through here. Sorry. And then you got your, what do they call this? Do they call this anything specifically? Bottom A, below. I don't know. A, tucked under A. Bottom A, underneath heaven. It's simple as, I mean, that's way easier. Underneath heaven. In heaven, underneath heaven. Simple as that. You got your corners. It's pretty harder to like mark out these corners. What is this? Hand? I don't know. I'd call it, you know, they're on the hand side of A. If they're like in here or here, that way your team has an accurate idea. I don't know what this is. I feel like I should, but I don't. This is ramp, right? They got connector. No, they don't even have a name for this. Ramps. A side ramps. Because this is a ramp. This is a ramp. Yeah, just call it ramp. They're in the ramp room. What is the name for this? A lobby. So A ramp. So what do I just call it? Because this is stairs right here too. God, there's no ramp actually. That's also stairs. I don't know. A long. Simple as that. You know, A long. Tucked in A long corners. And then I would just keep this one like, you know, they're on orb. Keep it clean. Keep it simple. Is that? And over here, double wall. I feel like that's a good name for that. They call this garden, but this is such a whack garden, you know? It's a whack garden. So I would just call it, you know, double wall. They're on top of the double wall. That's wall. top of it. And then of course A spawn again. I think I've already been over here to A spawn. Got your hay bales over there. And then mid window. As simple as that. They're in the mid window. Or mid window room. If they're not actually at the window. So yeah, that's about that. So remember, Haven is the triple spawner, right? You got C long, C Haven. C Haven's got the dragons. Haven. Dragons. They're in the dragon room. Or dragon. I think the dragon's cooler though. And then split the ropes. And if you're in a bind, take a teleporter. So, that's all she wrote. I'll see you guys in the next one, right? Later.